remember that final intimately. There's so many strange things happen through it and so many to-in and fro-in in the game. I'm Brian Noble and this is my memory from down memory lane.
We're coming up to the final seconds now. Deacon, Mike Forshaw, he'll hold on to it. There it is! And Brian Noble puts his arms aloft. With this team, he's won a World Cup Challenge, he's won a Grand Final, and his second Challenge Cup final.
Huge expectation around the city. We were a very successful entity then, and it's the big rivals from 9 miles across the road. The Leeds Rhinos were in town on that big day, and so expectations in the city of Bradford are always very high when you play the Rhinos, who are a very, very good team. And how did the players prepare? How did they go about preparing? Brilliant. I've probably not had a team that prepared better. What I would say is that we're all dependent on how the opposition go as well, because I'm sure Leeds prepared well, and I think the game transpired that way. So great week's preparation, not over anxious, not over excited, nice and relaxed.
Leeds winners of the Challenge Cup 11 times, Bradford 5 times. Who will win the Challenge Cup final of 2003?
I can never remember intimately what I said to players before a game. I generally have 3 or 4 points on the defence and on the attack, and then some general things, how you hand the ball over, these kind of things. But I probably went round a few of the individuals and poked them in relation to motivation, what makes them tick personally. This is who you're against, this is what you need to do personally, and then the general message. But again, when you're in a final, I think it's game day and things like that is a little bit too late. I sometimes think those speeches are for coaches. Now, half-time's different. You can make a difference at half-time. I genuinely believe that in relation to your performance. But I also wanted to start games very, very well. And so I used to pound the fact that if we're in this game after 20 minutes, we've got a great chance against this team.
Earlier on. Well, he's running away with it. He looks as if he's lost the ball, and Radford is going for the line. Now then, we must surely bring in Jeff Berry, but that took Mr. Smith totally by surprise.
What's the reaction of Barry McDermott? There's the angle that should come in, maybe. Well, again, it's a very tough call. Look at the reaction of Barry McDermott.
Yeah.
But he's bound to do that, isn't he? He's bound to say he was ripped up because he didn't fancy chasing Radford.
I can't believe the try was disallowed. The first one, what's wrong with these officials? Let's bash the officials again. And you can do that when you won. It's hard, and there are quite a few more controversial points on both sides throughout the game. But I think we started pretty dominantly. A team that is confident. I think the Leeds team was really enthused that day. You know, that they had their guard of starlets, you know, the Sinfields and the Burrows, but they also had David Ferner in there, and Chris McKenna, I think, was playing for them, or went on to play for the Bulls. So he certainly made an impression on that day. But they had a better side than people were making out. That's why they were in the final. Well, you always inkling at the back, but you know, the first half, 14-8, Leeds are up. And you're thinking, how did that happen? And what do I say to them at half-time to make sure it's not going to continue and we get back into the game? I thought we got a little bit nervous and stopped playing and allowed Leeds back into the game. And that's not taking it away from Leeds. They are a super club, and they were a super team then.
Bradford looking to go into the half-time with some points. Good pass, good reverse pass too. I think the chip. I think Vainicolo's come from nowhere.
I tell you what, I thought it was a fabulous try in more ways than one. We'd been doing the run around and couldn't quite get the people in the right place in practice for a couple of weeks, and I think we nailed that one. I think he put it on his toe, did Deeks, when he'd done the run around, and Les actually went out the field of play, came back in and actually finished that play. Brilliant finish, as only Leslie Vainicolo could, because when you're that size and that speed, to change direction the way they, people used to forget that about Les. He could change direction really, really quickly, and it was a brilliant finish in the corner, and I think it gave us the right lift to go into half-time and to go carry on with the game in the second half. Because if we're looking at it from our point of view, a Bradford point of view, this wasn't on the script. Leeds weren't supposed to aim up like this. We had written a different script in relation to how people play and how they don't play, but Leeds gave it to us, you know, and we responded in the right way with that Les try.
Knowles again. Peacock trying to crash in. Oh, now then. We'll have to defying a try. So Bradford, 2 minutes before half-time, trailing 14-8. 2 minutes after half-time, leading 18-14.
Well, we got to 2 scores with the Deeks penalty, you know, after JP had dragged about 15 blokes over the line as only he can, and yeah, that was a terrific score to start the second half. We got ourselves a start, which gives you the breathing space to think about things when they're not quite going your way, and subsequently Leeds did come hammering back at us, didn't they, you know, in an unbelievably close finish. But the penalty kick was important. That's how close the game was. That's how important it was to us in relation to keeping the tins cracking, as they say in cricket parlance, keep them moving. 2 scores, you can think about what you're doing. You know, I'm a big believer when you're behind, you play like you're ahead, but when you're ahead, you play like you're behind. So we still had that element of urgency. I was confident we had that. But Leeds, clearly, as the half progressed, had their say. Well, I think one of the things that final will be remembered from, and I certainly, when they got the penalty, I thought they'll level the scores. But they were really confident then. They were playing football. You know, Leeds, I can understand why Kevin thought, no, we've got these blokes on the rack. And so we had to provide an element of resilience and character that you need to win a big final. And was that the defining moment? Probably for different reasons. People say, oh, should have kicked the goal and then it'd have gone to extra time or whatever it was, or a replay. I can't remember what they did in those days in the rules. It doesn't really matter. But to go level with, I can't remember, it was 10 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go, something crazy. And then we had to hang on as well. It was incredible because Leeds did pound us. They made that decision to go for the 6 to put us to bed. And there's lots of conjecture as to why was that the right thing to do or wasn't it. It subsequently, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Subsequently turned out to be the wrong decision in many times. But there were other parts of the game, and those people involved in the game understand that on many different occasions it's about the feel of your team, and they were confident. But we had to be confident in our defence, and we were.
We're coming up to the final seconds now. Deacon, Mike Forshaw, he'll hold on to it. There it is! And Glenn Noble puts his arms aloft. With this team, he's won a World Cup challenge, he's won a Grand Final, and his second Challenge Cup final.
Well, it's weird, it was surreal, the final whistle, because I thought they'd blown the final whistles, and so I was going to the lift at the Millennium, so you have to get the lift down to the stadium, the side of the stadium. I think I heard the hooter go, I was going, because I wanted to be on the sideline at the final whistle. I got stuck in the lift. It was one of these lifts that goes 3rd floor, 5th floor, 5th floor, and I'm going, God, one of the best moments of my life, and I'm stuck in a lift. Anyway, I got out the other side and all the hoo-ha and the yee-haws and the beat, and I'm going, yee-haw, and people thought, there was this divvy doing, it's been over 2, 4, 3 minutes, so yeah, brilliant day, and a slight distraction at the end, but yeah, what a day. I'm Brian Noble, and that was my memory lane.